City, a little town where I'm from, where everybody's southern raised, just as good as they come. Backwoods and mossy oak and mud holes, and back then we only ate what the farm grow. Man, I miss some days how we played on them dirt roads, and out of towners came with respect, cause they know we all close. Yeah, southern pride, toting gun folks. Welcome to my city, I-75 South, just north of Live Oak.
I'm from a city called Austin, Georgia, right on the border of Florida. I was raised on these dirt roads, mud tires, spin backwoods when they ride. This is small town living, yeah. Now welcome to my city, title town, 229, turn it up so they can hear it loud. We eddied up with big trucks and Hemis, pretty girls, good moonshine and whiskey.
It's nothing like our dirt roads, you can bet that, son. I'm from a city, by any means, we gon' protect our guns. I hang with the rednecks and yee-yees. We get up in big trucks in the backwoods like Indians and teepees. This the home of the mighty, mighty Vikings. Wildcats, blazing, title town license. Winners, pretty girls with country grammar. When I say about Austin, Georgia, I ain't talking about Atlanta. This a different type of city, where the woods are pretty, but get gritty, you hear me? What you know about that 229? You can find us on the Florida, Georgia line, where I reside.
I'm from a city called Lowndes, Georgia, right on the border of Florida. I was raised on these dirt roads, mud tires, spin backwoods when they ride. This is small town living, yeah. Now welcome to my city, title town, 229, turn it up so they can hear it loud. We eddied up with big trucks and Hemis, pretty girls, good moonshine and whiskey. Georgia, right on the border of Florida. I was raised on these dirt roads, mud tires, spin backwoods when they ride. This is small town living, yeah. Now welcome to my city, title town, 229, turn it up so they can hear it loud. We eddied up with big trucks and Hemis, pretty girls, good moonshine and whiskey. Hear me now? Can you hear me? What the heck, man? Collins Hill virus is getting into the bug. It's getting into the equipment. So let's do this again. Hold on one second, because I'm a guy of process. So I need my process. All right, so y'all gotta forgive me for doing this. Okay, hold on. Hey, welcome back to the Viking Nation Live. It's Thursday night, so welcome to the show. You guys know what time it is. I'm going through my entire monologue for a second time, and the guys are laughing at me in the background because this is just what happens, man. This is just what happens, right? So anyway, you would think that
It's the 11th game of the season, the 12th if you count the preseason scrimmage. And you would think that the bugs would be worked out of this new software that I've had at the start of the season, but I'm still discovering buttons and bells and whistles and things like that. So who knows if we're going to keep this thing or not, because it's so unpredictable. And a lot of things, when you get to my age, guys, and I'm sure many of you can sympathize with me. When you get to my age, like in your mid 50s, you want predictability. That excitement stuff is out the window. I don't want a long road trip and unexpected adventure, whatever. I want predictability. I want to go to work, come home, peace and quiet, watch reruns of Roseanne sitting in my lazy boy. How about that? Well, maybe not reruns of Roseanne, maybe reruns of Friends. So, anyway, if you were sitting in your lazy boy, I don't know why I'm getting off on this tangent. I'm feeling a little frisky on the eve of the first round of the playoffs. If you were sitting in your lazy boy or your love seat or whatever chair you relax in your living room when no one else is around, and you turn on the TV, what rerun, what old show is your go-to show to remind you of the good old days? So anyway, you don't have to answer that. That's just a little tangent that I came up with free of charge. So let's go to the comment line, see who's checking in tonight. Jerry Safford says, "Go Vikings, beat the Eagles." Then I got a bunch of people commenting saying, "Hey, we can't hear you." I know, we got past that. So Chase Garto says, "Saved by the bell." Predictability. Serious? We are Lowndes fans. Chase, you gotta, there is a generational difference when it comes to Chase and myself and Armand. We have these discussions quite often, and it always falls along age lines, right? Generational lines, and the way that we approach things and see the world. So anyway, Robert Lindsay is beating Armand to the punch. He says, "Vikes by 50. Had to correct myself from last week." All right. My Flander says, "Hello, you guys in the Viking Nation." We're having a fun discussion in the background private chat area that we have for the show. So let me go ahead and bring these guys on the screen. Guys, how are you?
Great.
Wait,
Great.
Armand's not broadcasting from his office tonight.
I see that, and he's got a brand new office. I drove by his new lot out there, the new
Man,
hub
that thing's short.
on North Valdosta Road, Chase, and that thing is full of cars already. So I figured you'd be broadcasting from there tonight, Armand.
Nah, I was off today. I don't get many days off, so yeah, I took my day off today.
Gotcha.
He's broadcasting live from the secret location of the compound.
That's
From
right.
the crib. From the crib. Hey, Larry.
Well, I'm broadcasting from Lowndes High School.
Is that right? You must be picking up a kid.
Oh yeah, basketball practice, man. Come on now.
He is a multi-sport athlete. So Smash has got football in his quiver. He's got basketball. Does he play anything else, Chase?
No, just some 7-on-7, and then AAU. It's all football and basketball related.
And that's enough as a parent, right?
Oh man, I can't afford much more. I'm telling you.
When I was playing in Berrien County, I was playing football, baseball, and basketball when I was a youth. And my mom forced me to drop one of those. She says, we can't do one, maybe two, but we can't keep doing this, because she had to pick me up for all these practices, right? So I chose
drive him everywhere.
So I chose football and baseball, and then later on in high school, I dropped the baseball and went to tennis. So I was football, tennis, and track, and then the chess club as well, chess team. So what'd you do? What'd you do, Armand? Were you strictly a football guy?
Nah, freshman year, football, basketball, track. Sophomore year, the same. Junior year, I dropped basketball. I got hurt in the third round of the playoffs. Kind of hurt my knee. Knee wasn't quite right. And then I thought about wrestling, right? I went to wrestling practice for like a week, and I was like, "No, this ain't it. This ain't it." And then my senior year, I just played football. So
I got you. I got you. Hey, listen, Tawana Woods has got a message for you, Chase. I don't know if you can see this on the. I'm gonna put the comments up on the screen. He says, "Loving the picture, Chase.
Yes,
Darn too
yes.
much. Love, thanks."
I love it. I love it. That's my dog right there now.
Yeah.
I got to
Now,
show him some love. That's why he's my picture tonight.
that's right. So I got a question for Miss Tawana, and this question comes from Jerry Safford. Inquiring minds want to know, how is number 3? Oh man, Mason Woods. Will he play Friday night?
well, she says the boot came off today.
There you go. There
So
you go, Jerry. There you go.
Hey, got to let the rabbit run. Got to let the rabbit run.
So we are very hopeful that he's going to be good to go. So that's probably a well-guarded decision, maybe a game time decision. So we'll see. I'm hoping, I'm betting that he plays tomorrow night. Listen, you guys have been in the trenches before. Many of you that are watching tonight have strapped on shoulder pads and helmets. And if you've got an injury, if there's any ounce of energy in your body, Armand, you want to be on that field, don't
oh yeah, oh yeah. It's like it's fortunately for me, I
you?
never had to miss a game due to injury.
Yeah.
But even like I missed a couple of springs because I got hurt in the spring, but I still wanted to be out there that Friday night, even though it was a scrimmage. So you just like chomping at the bit, just wanting to get well, and but you have to listen to your trainers and take their advice, and I also listen to your body because it's life you know um after football, and it's life. You know what's the damage? Am I gonna be? You got to weigh your options.
That's right.
Most,
So yeah. But hey, I also had to say something there.
Yeah.
And before we get too deep into the football, which we will do, I thought you were gonna say Alf instead of Roseanne, right?
Why would you say Alf?
I
Do
thought
I
you
look
were,
like an Alf kind of guy?
yeah, kind of sort of.
I'm not sure what an Alf
yeah, a
guy
little
looks
bit.
like.
Yeah, a little bit. But hey, speaking of injuries and coming back from injuries, last week nobody had a game, so I ventured over to the friendly confines of Goddard Field
Yeah.
to watch the Valiants in their first round playoff game, and got to see something pretty amazing. Uh, 7 weeks removed from having his leg broke uh, and having a titanium rod put in, uh, Superman returned to Goddard Field. Uh, didn't play nothing but the final drive because he was a as needed basis, but 7 weeks removed from surgery, comes in, hasn't played a down. It is his senior season, and they were behind 28-21. He tries to lead the drive to get them, tie up the ball game. But just to watch that young man battle back and, be able to take the field one last time, it wasn't the storybook ending that they were hoping for, but,
Right.
you know, just just his ability and his drive and his want to be able to take that field one more time for his guys.
Hmm.
In all honesty, guys, that was pretty moving. I'll be honest with you. And I've known that young man since he was in kindergarten. Uh, and to watch him do that, uh, it really choked a lot of us up. Uh, and I watched him struggle to walk off that field. At the end after everything was all said and done, he was one of the last ones to walk off the field.
Yeah.
And you know, some seniors on this team, and
Yeah.
we're going up against teams that are going to have seniors on that stat on those opposing rosters. We
Yeah.
want to win
Tomorrow
more than
night.
anything.
tomorrow night, one of
and
these teams are going to have a bunch
he's
of
going to go
seniors
home.
that will never put on a uniform again. So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I
and
know what you mean, man. I know what you
and,
mean.
and just
Yeah.
and just remember that some of those guys, no matter what happens at the end of that game, some of those guys are going to be um, playing their final game. That'll be their final snap, be a final time putting on that uniform, and it's going to be tough for them. So let's just keep that in mind, and be good sportsmen in all of this, because that shows who we truly are.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's a very eerie feeling, and I got two instances. So we lose at Brookwood, my junior year, and I remember looking at the seniors: Alice Spells, Marcus Gaines, Eros McCullough. Just looking at them, Alvin Strickland, and they were so distraught. But for me as a junior, we're riding back, and I'm thinking to myself, "Are we gonna get back here again?" Right? But I didn't, and I'm like, I'm looking at the seniors. I'm like, I don't want to ever have that feeling that they feel. Right. The next year, we lose in the second round of playoffs to that thorn in our side, North Side Warner Robins, and I just remember walking off the field, wondering, not for sure, but just wondering, is this the last time? Right. And for me, it ended up being the last time, unless you count. I don't really count the little semi-pro thing, but that was like it was just a feeling that like no, like this is the last time I'm gonna be with my brothers. And for a lot of these kids, you come up playing from elementary school on up. That's the one thing, the beautiful thing about our town is that from a young age you get with your group of friends and that team and that bond, and that becomes your family. And it's bonds that last the rest of your life. But you always want to go out, you know, holding up the trophy. So whether they hold up the trophy and it's the last time that they do it, that'd be awesome. If something that I don't even want to think about happens, we got to be there to pick them up. And it,
Armand, I got a question for you and Chase.
all right,
Okay.
When you guys stepped off the stage from the last time you filmed an episode of this, did you guys cry?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm
Yeah,
a
we
crier.
did. Yeah, we did. It was kind of bittersweet. Me and Armand had great chemistry on screen, and it was a great show. I mean, it'd be hard to find reruns now at this point, but it was a great show.
And for us, like it's contagious. The chemistry, like it. If I see a tear come down Chase's cheek, I'm right behind him. It's and vice versa. We just locked in. The only reason you can really tell us apart is because I shaved my head. That's the only reason why.
Yeah,
But
that's it. That's it.
Yeah, yeah, you guys look like twins. Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
So, but yeah, yeah. I'm a crier. I won't even lie to you.
Were you a crier? Big
Yeah, I
bad,
am.
big bad linebacker.
Look, man, I get emotional. Right.
Listen, I was right there with you. When something about being a senior, when you are in that locker room and it hits you like a ton of bricks, and that's the last time. That's it. You're never going to put, and because you just got through spending what 15 or so years of your life playing football,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden it's gone, and you're not going to do it again. And so yeah, you tend to get a little bit emotional, Um,
Yeah.
And that
TR
and that's and
Battle.
that's how you have those alumni games and the 37 U games. Like,
Yeah.
because people just want to strap up. But let me tell you something. They had that alumni game and they approached me. They said, "You want to play?" I said, "You know what? The way my insurance is set up, not to mention that my knees and my back, yeah, I'm not playing. No, I'm good."
So I told you that I played baseball, and so when you graduate, so I got married, and so I started playing what a lot of good guys do: play church league softball.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm out there playing softball, and I do that for several years. You know when I was convinced that it was time to permanently hang up my cleats?
What was that?
I hit a double, and I was trying to stretch it into a triple, and I slid head first into third base, and my slide stopped this short this short of the base. I didn't even slide all the way to the base. And the
Wow.
ball was waiting on me. Third baseman I was so embarrassed. Third baseman already had the ball, and he was mocking me. Kind of like he was waving at me. Come on, you can do it. You come on. That was
Oh,
it. After that
no.
game, that was it. No
I'm
more.
gonna tell you, the last football game, contact football game I ever played. I was stationed at Virginia, Fort Lee, Virginia, and played for a little semi-pro team, and we went out to Hampton. Um, and at that point in time, I think we were like 2-1. And we get off we didn't have buses. We had the carpool there, right? So we get there, and I look at the team, and I'm like, oh, they look like they're in shape, right? Even though I was in the Army, I was in good shape, but the rest of I say 60% of the team wasn't. And I'm like, oh, this is gonna be horrible. And then I realized, even though it's always been my dream to play like running back or something, um, if I'm you start running back, it's the issue, right? It's an issue, man. We got beat 42. It was 40, not 42. It was 46-12 because we didn't have a kicker, right? Nobody
Man,
could
I
kick the
think I'd
field
have
goal.
stuck with 42.
Yeah, it was 46-12, and I remember I got home. I'm in the barracks, I'm changing, and I got these cuts and scrapes, and I said, you know what? Yeah, I think it's over. I don't love the sport as much as I thought I did.
All right, so Tierra Battle says, y'all stop. This trip down memory lane. Let's talk some Viking football. But oh, by the way, she also says that her favorite show was Saved by the Bell. I
Hey,
get
by
that.
the way,
Yeah, I get that. That was a good teenage type of show.
Yeah.
Okay, so it really doesn't matter now, but I'm going to throw up some composite rankings, and because it doesn't matter because we're in the playoff season, right? It doesn't matter what the rankings are. You keep winning, you keep going. You lose, it doesn't matter if you're ranked number one, you're out. But here we are with the composite rankings. You see Grayson, Buford, Carrollton, McEacher, Valdosta, and it makes the top 5. North Gwinnett, Lowndes at number 7, Douglas County, Colquitt County, Harrison, and Brookwood. So, that's it is something that we scratch and claw all the way up to make it number 4, number 5 in the state, and it was kind of cool to get that respect. So, man, Lowndes, in order to get that respect back to your name, you just got to make a deep run. And so I think over the last several years, because Lowndes has failed to make a deep run, some of that shine has come off the Crimson bus, if you will. So it would be great to see Lowndes make another run this year. All right, so take a look at this, guys. So this is these are the first round matchups in the playoffs, and the point base. You don't really call it a point spread in high school, right? Because there's no betting, that kind of stuff. But you do have a projection that's put out by the Maxwell Rating Service. This is basically a computer projection, right? And but the guy, his formula has been pretty close to being accurate. So what I did was put it up on a slide here and gave us a look at the regions and how they matched up and the point differential. Now you'll see, and I'll explain the number in the parentheses there in a second. So look at Region 1 versus Region 8, guys. So you got Valdosta and Decula. So Valdosta hosting Decula. Valdosta's 39-point favorite. Lowndes is going to be hosting Collins Hill. The rating says we're a 28-point favorite. Colquitt's got to travel up to Mill Creek. Colquitt is an 8-point favorite on the road. And Richmond Hill, poor Richmond Hill, they're going up to Buford University, and they are a 35-point underdog. Does that look, all 4 of those games, does that look pretty accurate to you guys?
yeah. What if Richmond Hill wins?
Whoo, would that be a shocker?
The GHSA would cancel all future playoffs.
Oh my gosh, would that be a shocker? Whew.
They got a chance. You're
Yeah.
telling me, the game still has to be played. But what if they win?
So
What
you're
if they
telling
win?
me there's a chance.
Right as of right now, there's still a chance.
You remember that line in Dumb and Dumber? So
Yeah.
you're saying there's a chance. Even if it's
Yeah.
1 in 50 million, there's a chance. Any given Friday night, anything can happen, right? Now, This is as close to a certainty that you could ever get that Buford will beat Richmond Hill tomorrow night. So I will go ahead and say it. Richmond Hill does not have a chance.
Oh man, you breaking so many hearts over here.
Now, if Richmond Hill pulls it off, would I be heartbroken? Heck no.
So
So
I think we might I think Armand, I don't know about you, but if Richmond Hill was to beat Buford, I think I might pitch in and buy them a trophy and send it to them.
yeah. Hey, do you guys, I don't know the answer to this question. Do you guys know, has there ever been a fourth seed make it all the way and win the state championship?
I
in Georgia?
know Tifton made it to the semis
Yeah.
in '97. I don't know what seed Brookwood was when they won. Not
I don't think that's happened. I can't confirm that, but I
oh
don't
wait,
think it happened.
in '99, what when Milt Miller won,
Yeah.
what seed were they? Because they were 7-3.
Yeah, that's a good question. So I'm not sure.
I think they might have been a 3 seed.
Could be.
Yeah.
So, so you take a look at these other regions, like Region 2 is going up against Region 6. Now, let me explain the parentheses. Okay, let me explain the parentheses, and we'll uncover that in a second. Travis, he asked the same question you did, Armand. What seed was Lowndes in '99? Now, John Moore says Lowndes was 4th seed in '99. So I'll go back and confirm. You know, I'll try to do that right now. Hold on one second. So talks amongst yourselves.
All
Hey,
right.
so did you see that comment in there, Armand, by
Which one?
Mr. Georgia coach trainer in there talking about something? They pinned up Collins Hill pinned up the 28-point Maxwell prediction up in their locker room.
Yeah.
I mean, me personally, I don't care what they pin up in their locker room, because down here we pin up championship banners in ours.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
We
I'm
try.
just saying.
We try to put another year on the wall.
Oh Lord, you
Yeah,
guys.
they trying to pin up Maxwell predictions. We trying to pin up championships down here. They not like us.
No, they're not. And but they gonna try to find, at this point, you try to find some type of motivation, right? Even though most coaches will tell you they just block out the noise, and they just, want to know, that's all they're
You know,
trying to go is want to know. But
Okay,
I heard
so
the
I have an answer for you guys.
okay, what's up?
In 1999, Lowndes was not a 4th seed. Lowndes was a 3 seed.
It was a 3, so I was right?
Yeah,
Yes.
Lowndes
Okay.
was a 3 seed. Coffee County was a 4th seed.
Okay. See, I know my history. I know my history.
Yeah, you do. So I heard a college coach one time talking in his locker room, and he actually told his players, he said, if I've got to come in here and give you some kind of rah-rah speech, go ahead, take your stuff off, hang it in the locker, and leave my locker room. The day I need to come in here and motivate you to play is the
That's
day
right.
you need to stop playing.
That's right. So, so Sharon Brown Hemp's got an interesting comment. Regardless whether they were 3rd or 4th seeds, every single one of those games were on the road.
Yeah, except for the championship game.
That's right. They played those at home back then, right?
Yep.
They can still be playing them at home.
Man, look at that region back then, guys. Colquitt County, Ware County, Lowndes, Coffee, Valdosta, Bainbridge, Tift County. What a region.
That was a region right there now.
That was a region.
Hey,
Holy smokes.
Hey, can I say something?
Yeah.
Can I say something about that region? My senior year, I beat them all. We beat them all. Undefeated. 97, beat them all. Yes.
Oh,
that region. I missed that region. Region 1, Quad A.
That's right.
Yep. That was a stacked region right there now.
Yep. Okay, so I'll try to answer that in a few minutes. The question that Coach Trainer has about, he says, was Bainbridge a 4th seed when they won their state championship, what, 2018, 2019, something like that? So we'll find an answer for you. But listen, I wanted to explain the purpose of the parentheses behind a few of the games there. All right, so obviously Lowndes versus Collins Hill is the first round. So what I did was I identified the possible teams that Lowndes would play as long as they kept advancing, right? So, for example, if Lowndes wins their first round game, go all the way back to the bottom right, and you see South Gwinnett at North Gwinnett. So Lowndes would play the winner of that game in the second round. Does that make sense now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So in the so if let's assume for a second, North Gwinnett's a 28-point favorite over South Gwinnett. So there's a good chance that the Bulldogs from North Gwinnett are going to win that game. So if that's the case, then Lowndes would have to travel up to North Gwinnett, play a second round game. Let's say that Lowndes beats the Bulldogs. Okay. And then what? So possible opponents in round 3, the winner of Hillgrove and North Paulding has to take on the winner of Westlake and West Forsyth in the second round. So the winner of that game, Lowndes would play in the third round. So I'm predicting that it's either going to be North Paulding or Hillgrove. I'm hoping it's Hillgrove. Do you guys know why?
Shorter drive.
Well, no. Hillgrove is a 3 seed, so if we face them in the third round, they
They
come
come
to
to
us.
us. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so we could possibly get a home game in the third round. That is virtually unheard of. It's happened every once in a while, but it's unheard of for in a third round matchup, right? So if Lowndes then would beat Hillgrove, the possible opponents in the fourth round are probably the winners of Carrollton versus North Forsyth against the winners of Grayson versus Norcross. So Grayson is probably going to be taking on Carrollton in the third round. So we would probably take on the winners of Grayson or Carrollton in the semifinals in the fourth round. So that's what the numbers in parentheses mean. And so the fifth round, the state championship game, is probably going to come down to either McEachern or Valdosta versus Buford in the semifinals. And I'm predicting that Buford's probably going to win. So if Lowndes were to run the table on the left side of the bracket, then Lowndes would face probably Buford at Mercedes-Benz in the state championship. Pretty good road. Now, are the odds against us? Yeah, being a third, especially going up to North Gwinnett, because North Gwinnett's a very good team. And then you got to get past Hillgrove or North Paulding. They're a pretty good team. Then you got to get past the winner of Grayson and Carrollton. Those are 2 excellent teams. And then finally you got to beat Buford in the state title game. So can it be done? Yes. But we got to play a lot better than we have in the last couple of games. Would you guys agree with that?
Yeah, we just got to go 1-0.
We got to go 1-0 every week, but we also got to be able to be more balanced. You can't run the ball 9,700 times a game and expect to win.
That's right.
Well, I think we got it. I've been screaming balance for the last 3 years, right? Since I've been on this show, a balanced attack is my preferred attack, whether it's 60-40, 40-60, whatever it is, right? I think that Lowndes, what these Vikings have to do is eliminate the mistakes. Hopefully over the last 2 weeks we develop some type of a quick passing game, right? So everything's doesn't take forever to develop. It's the playoffs. We can't afford to lose Jace, even though Jace is a weapon with his feet. We gotta. If Mason's not good to go, we got to. We have to put our trust in the other backs that we have because they are weapons in themselves too.
Well, I mean, you got Braylon Neal back there, who's a very capable back.
Yeah, that's what I said. You got
who can. Yeah, he's got some power. I mean, even if Woods can't go, you still got a viable back.
We got 2 of them.
Yeah, because you got Danny Vickers too.
Danny Vickers, and got the young gun and Benjamin as well, who looked pretty good when he got a chance to play. So that's why I'm with you, Chase. I'm with you.
Yeah. So Ardrenia Lyons says Lowndes is an excellent team also.
Y'all took one.
We're
Oh
right
yeah.
there with you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my wife.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, guys, do you guys think Buford is beatable?
Yeah.
Let me tell you how
Anybody's
beautiful.
beatable.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me tell you how beatable Buford is. This question is related to someone asked the question about Bainbridge. Were they a fourth seed back in 2018 when they last won the state title? You know,
There were
they did
two seeds.
they shocked the state of Georgia by winning the state championship in Class 5A that year. You know why?
Because
Because
it's
teams
Bainbridge.
like Warner Robins was in it, Thomas County Central. I mean, they were still having some woes, but they were still Central. Buford was in that classification. Jones County, and there were some really really good teams in that classification. You know what? Bainbridge entered that playoff season as a two seed.
Two seed. Yeah.
And here are the teams they defeated on their way to a state title. They beat Jones County 40-13. They beat Wayne County 26-19. They beat Buford 23-20.
That was a classic game. That was such a good game.
Yeah. And they beat them on the road
Yeah.
at Buford.
That was a if you get a chance, I think it's on YouTube somewhere.
Yeah.
Go pull that game. That's a good game.
You know who the head coach there was?
It was dear
Jeff
Lord.
Littleton.
Yep.
Now the head coach at
That's
Tifton. So
it.
the guy knows how to win big ball games. Now, after they beat Buford, they go to Stockbridge and almost, after beating Buford, almost drop their semifinal game, but they beat Stockbridge 20-19. And then in the state championship game, they beat Warner Robins 47-41. Guys, as a number 2 seed, they beat 3 number 1 seeds on the way to a state title. So it can be done. It can be done.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
And you
Littleton knows
LG,
how to do it. Yeah,
LG,
man.
let's give a big shout
Yes,
out to
sir.
Thomas County super fan in the chat, Mr. Obadiah Farley.
Oh my goodness. He's like Thomas Ken. You know, I would love to see Obadiah and Cole Moore arm wrestle for the title biggest super fan in Thomas County.
Oh, but no. You
but you
can't
know,
arm wrestle now. You gonna have a little bit different. You gonna have a tug of war or something.
There you go. There you go.
but I thought Larry,
Now,
I thought I had the answer to that first question. Like
okay.
when you said why people were so shocked that Bainbridge won the state championship. Honestly, it was because it's Bainbridge. And they had never won anything prior to that. But that just goes to show you that the right coach with the right situation can make some things work. So
Yeah, how many state titles do you guys think Bainbridge has won? You know, because the legendary Ed Pilcher was a head coach over at Bainbridge for a number of years. But
I
even
think they
with
got.
him there, how many state titles do you think Bainbridge has won?
maybe two.
Yeah, I was gonna
They've won
think
a
too.
total of two. Two, and Ed Pilcher was not one of them.
Mm-mm.
It was a guy named Ralph Jones back in 1982,
I was
and
about to say
then Jeff
that.
Littleton in 2018. Now, they won a number of region titles, but only two state titles.
Yeah. Even wasn't Kirby Smart's dad? He was a coach there for a while.
I believe so.
And
Sonny Smart.
yep, Sonny Smart. He didn't. They didn't win anything. They always had like decent teams. I know we couldn't do it for a long time, but
Bainbridge got a lot
they
of ass.
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, they were just kind of like in that middle of the pack. You know, make the playoffs, get put out. They were eight to seven win team year in year out.
That's right. That's
That's
right.
what I remember about Bainbridge. So.
Yeah. So listen, speaking of our region, we'll touch on this just for a couple of minutes and then we'll move on. Uh, Coaching is a brutal business to be in, right? And we got word just yesterday how tough it can be. Even in a tough region like Region 1-6A, if you don't win big, they're going to send you packing. And we saw that yesterday with Travis Rowland, now the former head coach of the Camden County Wildcats. You guys have any comments on that?
I hate to see it. I, my standard is this: give a coach 4 years, right? Definitely give him three, at least three, before you sit him walking.
I agree.
Um, just on the principle alone, and I hate to see it happen. Now, the only reason why I can think that they pull the trigger is because maybe they've got their guy saying, "Hey, I'll come." You
Yeah.
know, so who knows? But I just hate to see that.
Yeah, after 2 seasons, and the guy didn't have a losing record over there, but after 2 seasons, I guess they just did not see the program trending in the right way. That's the only thing that I can think that it came down to, you know.
Yeah.
So when Roland got hired over there, back in 2024, so he'd been there 2 years, right? So he was coming off the heels of Jeff Heron's return to head coaching status over there in Kingsland. But here's the problem: he's the guy that followed the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so the guy that he followed coming out of retirement to take over once again for 3 seasons, when Jeff Heron took over that Wildcat program back in 2021, the season before they were 5-6 when Bob Spire left. So Jeff Heron's first season back, he's 4-7. But look what he does instantly. The second year that he's there, he goes from 4-7 to 8-4.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's trending in the right direction. So the third season, he goes from 4-7, third season, making the semifinals. And so now you're the guy following the guy. And for 2 straight seasons, last season he finished 7-4, got bounced in the first round. This year 6-4, doesn't make the playoffs. That's why they fired him.
Yeah. And it's just like I said, it takes time. Like when you're a new coach, you have to develop the culture that you want. You gotta get the teams, the kids to buy in.
Yeah.
If year 3 goes by and year 3 is absolutely horrible, by all means, get rid of the guy. If don't wait the 4th year. But if in year 3 you start to see progress, because those freshmen that you are now going to be juniors, right? They've been in that system for a little while, right? The seniors were sophomores, so they got an idea of how things is going. Those first 2 classes, those upperclassmen, they're not. I'm not gonna say your kids because you inherit them, but they haven't been in the program. They're learning just like the freshmen and the sophomores were.
Right.
But they're a little older, but they're still kids. So I just me personally, I don't agree with it. So
I get it, man. Yeah, I get it. It's a tough business.
It is.
Our genius says that it was very sad, but he understood the assignment. Yeah, comes with the territory, right? Any job,
unless he,
if you don't perform well, or if you don't perform in the sight of your superiors, it's going to be a short tenure there. And so coaches, unfortunately, know that going into a situation.
Hey,
it's
what's today's date?
13.
The 13th, and it's 7:45 p.m. Write this down on the calendar because I think this will be the only time that me and coach on something.
I think Chase has turned into a robot.
Yeah.
What in the world?
Chase is doing that thing again.
I tell you, I hate this phone.
There goes that voice again.
Yeah.
I hate this. I hate this phone. I really do, guys. Y'all don't. I have a love-hate affair with this phone. But I agree. I believe it was his region record and the defensive play that really sunk his battleship. Because outside of the region, he did really well.
Yeah.
In region, he didn't do really well.
You're exactly right. He was 3-7 in the region in 2 years.
Yeah.
And that's not going to get it done.
Nope,
it's not. But unless he pulled what a very famous 5-5 coach did and told this athletic directors what he was and what he was not going to do with his team, then ball.
Man, you guys are in a mood tonight. I'm telling you, y'all are in a mood tonight. All right, so hey, listen, we're running out of time. Can you believe it? We got 14 minutes left in the show, and we haven't talked about the Collins Hill Eagles yet. Let's talk about this playoff game tomorrow night for our Lowndes Vikings. Guys, can one player affect the outcome of a high school football game?
Yes,
Can one player?
Can
Yes.
one player affect the
absolutely.
outcome of a high school football game?
Absolutely. How many times
Absolutely.
did we see? How many times did we see Jakari Brown affect the outcome of a game? How many times did we see Chase Belcher affect the outcome of a game? The Bus, Greg Reed,
Hey,
Telvin Smith,
how about
Tyler
this one?
Hunter.
How about this one? Vernon Bull Wright, 1999
Yes,
state championship. One, I ain't gonna say he did it by himself, but the guy just had some legendary plays. That's all I'm saying. So yes.
So I'm telling you guys, I'm asking you guys this question or that question for this reason. That is, as soon as I say this, someone is either going to think it or type it into the comments. Well, it's football. It takes more than one guy. But we just all agree in high school football and sometimes in college, one player can have a dramatic impact on a game. So much so that they can impact the outcome of it, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
So Collins Hill has one of those players, guys. A guy named Deuce Gerald. He's a 5-star committed to LSU.
Mm-hmm.
The kid is 6'2", 265 pounds, 270 pounds.
Defensive end, right?
The defensive end, well, let me tell you that. They play him all over the place.
I love it. But
Defensive end,
I think he's
linebacker.
getting
They'll put his
recruited.
hand in the dirt. They'll use him as a running back, basically a battering ram.
Yeah.
So,
But I think he's getting recruited as a defense end. That's where they project him to play
correct.
at on the next level. Deuce is a monster. That's a name I've been very familiar with because I'm like, how come Georgia couldn't land this guy? But he is a monster, and that's one of the reasons why I was kind of excited to see Collins Hill. To face Collins Hill is to see this Deuce kid play and put eyes on him because the kids he's as built, as built. So, but
I ain't,
but
I ain't worried. We got the IHOP twins. I ain't worried.
yeah, they got to put an extra hat on him. That's
The
it.
guy's got he doesn't run it that much. They'll use him sparingly. I'm sure they've got some packages for him to come in as running back, but he's got 23 carries on the year for 123 yards. So the guy can scat if he needs to scat, especially in someone that big that has legs like that has wheels. They're obviously going to use him for short down situations. And so
Oh, absolutely.
let's kind of transition into one of the keys for tomorrow night's game. I was looking at the stats, and these Collins Hill Eagles guys, they like to throw the ball.
Mm-hmm.
They like to throw the ball. That's what I'll say. They, traditionally when we've played them, the last several times we've played them, they've had guys like Travis Hunter, right? Future Heisman guy, future NFL star, basically single-handedly beats us 2 years in a row, that kind of stuff. They also had a pretty good quarterback in a guy, I think his name was Sam Horn.
Sam Horn, yep.
So they had an all-star cast but they still love to throw the ball. And I think there's still remnants of that offensive scheme still there in Collins Hill. So they like to throw the ball. So, I think one of the keys tomorrow night, guys, is first down for Collins Hill. I expect them to try to dink and dunk a lot on us tomorrow night. And on first down, if they get 4 to 6 yards and they consistently do that on first downs, it might be a long night for Lowndes. But if we hold them to 3 yards and less consistently, I like our chances a lot.
Hey, you know, Larry, you starting to sound like me. You got to get them off schedule and get them behind the sticks. When I say behind the sticks, I'm not saying it has to be 2nd and 15. I'm saying you want it to be 2nd and 8, 2nd and 7, instead of 2nd and 3, 2nd and 4. Because when you're at second and 5 and less, you're in for the defense. You're kind of in no man's land, right? Because hey, it's 2nd and 3. I can afford to take a deep shot right now, right? Or I could just go ahead and get 3 yards because I know I got the next down to gain. It's not going to be as difficult.
Yeah.
you you gotta get them off schedule. You gotta get them off schedule. But vice versa goes for us. We gotta stay on schedule.
Yep.
And what I would tell you is when it comes to Deuce, you gotta tire him out. He's a big guy, right? And so you gotta make him run,
Yeah.
make him run.
So here's the deal. When you say make them run, so there's another side of that equation. So we know that they like to throw the ball. And so, we've talked about this many times on the show throughout the year is one of the things that our defense is geared or built around is stopping that short to intermediate passing game, right? So they're going to test us in that zone tomorrow night. But I heard Adam Carter say something on a show last night, and it caught my attention and made me nervous at the same time. He said we expect them to throw it on us, and if they're successful, then we are going to have to defend the run with a light box, and we know what that means.
Yeah,
Consistently, 3 men in the box, and
yeah,
then
probably
and
4.
maybe four. But in his words, he used the words light box, and that concerns me a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, all right, all right. Let me tell you something, Larry. I ain't worried. Okay,
Okay.
I'm not worried because I think we got our team speed. When you got team speed, you can afford to play a zone against a dink and dunk offense, right?
Yeah.
Because it gets kind of predictable, but at the same time, you're gonna make them. What Lowndes is gonna have to do is do a lot of window dressing,
Yeah.
right? Don't bring pressure from the same place every down. You're gonna have to change your alignment, get that late shift, change what he sees, right? So his pre snap reads aren't always the same. You got to make it. It can't be applied math. You got to make it quantum physics for the
Yeah.
opponent quarterback. If we're able to do that, I think we're gonna be okay. I expect that now. What I do expect is them to use a lot of tempo. That's what I expect teams to try to do against this Lions defense.
Yeah.
It's to use tempo.
Well, we saw how effectively Valdosta did that. Um,
Well,
and
if you want to stop them from doing that, you got to take and please, uh, you're going to have to use the cover defense.
okay.
And what I mean by that is you're going to have to show them one thing. As soon as the ball leaves the center's hands, you're in another. So you're going to have to
Okay.
show a
I like it.
man switch. You're going to have to show a man as soon as the ball snaps, switch the zone, and vice versa. You're going to have to keep them guessing as to what you're doing. And if you can do that, you'll slow down that up tempo because they don't know what you're doing. You become unpredictable.
Sure. And you know
That'll
what?
slow down your up tempo teams.
At times, Lowndes has done that very well this season.
Yeah.
I call it smoke and mirrors. You call it changing plays at the last minute, whatever term or label you want to put on it. It's exactly right, Chase. You can't show your hand pre-snap against this team.
Nope. But
So,
in the same instance, the offense has got to take that same approach as well.
that's right. That's right.
You got to start mixing in routes that aren't prototypical routes that Lowndes runs. Slants, digs, deep crossing routes,
Yeah.
quick hitches, curls, things like that to sit in the soft spot of those defenses because a lot of guys aren't going to run man defenses on us, especially not with guys that can fly like Bubba, Zion, KT, Khalil. You're not going to run man against that bunch. That's too much speed. They'll run right by you. So you're going to have to play zone with a safety over the top. And you do that against Lowndes, and Lowndes is going to torch you.
Yeah.
Jason's going to have a field day. If he gets time to sit in that pocket, he's going to have a field day with you.
Yeah.
But you got to
So-
establish the run early on, too, so you can buy Jay some time and allow some play action so you can get those safeties to bite down.
That's right.
Yeah, we got to get some runs on the edge, in between the guard and the tackle. We got to be able to bring back a toss sweep. I don't know. I can't tell you what plays to call. If it's me, 34 wham. That's my go to. But we got to get some plays to where, like I said, we're attacking the perimeter. Um, and let that be an extension of the run game for us. And I'm not saying we
I
just abandon everything, but what I'm saying is I would like to see that wrinkle added to the repertoire. And we
You know what?
saw it in the spring, right?
Yeah. You know what I'd like to
So
see? You know what I'd like to see? You got a quarterback
tell
what's
me,
that
that?
can
lay it
move.
on.
You got a quarterback that can move really well.
Yeah.
And you got a
Move the
you got
pocket.
a shifty running back in Mason Woods. You got another shifty running back in Danny Vickers and Braylon Neal. Either one. I I'd like to see a little Van Gundy, little read option, triple option pistol.
Man,
You talk
I've
about
been
hard to defend.
I've been expecting us to run more RPO this year out of that pistol, but I just haven't seen it do that. Now, listen, I've got a friend from the Metro Atlanta area that is a heckler to the show tonight. We have royalty joining us here on the Viking Nation Live. Kerry Claiborne himself, Mr. Buford Wolf himself, is joining us tonight.
Man,
He
how
says,
did how,
he says,
how did,
don't ignore me, LG. I was trying my best, Kerry, but you called me out, brother. I hope you're doing well. I hope we get to meet you guys in the state championship game because we owe you one, man. We owe you one. That's all I'm gonna say. But welcome to the show, Kerry.
Oh, we got somebody from Buford on here.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what I just said.
they cheat. They're cheating over there.
yeah, they recruiting. They recruiting. We
They
we
Oh
all
my
cheating.
know it.
God.
We all
I
know
Y'all
it.
don't, y'all
they're
don't treat
cheating.
Kerry that way. He's a good guy, man. He's a good guy.
We
We
don't
ain't
talk to
saying
cheaters, Terry.
we ain't saying he's responsible. We didn't say he's guilty of it. We just said his team is guilty of it.
Listen, you guys are going to force Kerry to start to breaking out some glory land on us.
Nah.
You guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I just messing with them though. They got a good program. They got a good program. They've been good. It's one thing if they weren't consistently good and just fly by, but they've been good for a long time.
That's
So
right.
Well, I mean, when you go out and pull four of the best running backs in the state up to Buford, I mean, it's hard not to be good.
Listen, but I got to say, in Buford's defense, when you have a school system like they have, when you have the money that town has, and you have the facilities that Buford has, and the winning tradition, if you're a stud running back, aren't you going to transfer to Buford? You don't have
Hey,
to be. You just got
hey,
no,
to.
I'm not.
Armand,
I'm
Armand,
not.
put him in the penalty box. He needs to put himself in the penalty box for that statement.
I, I'm not. Listen, in this day and age where kids transfer so freely,
Yeah.
I'm not. I would never be one of them. Like
Nope.
I could never see myself putting on anything but a silver lid, a crimson or white jersey, and some silver breeches, and going out there on a Friday night. Like I just I couldn't see myself doing it. And so, but kids do it. It's a different age, the 7-on-7 and all this, the travel ball and stuff. So, they want to go play with their friends. They got friends in multiple places.
Hey, can we stop with the helmet switching for the rest of the remainder of the year? That's my request. Can we send that to somebody up the food chain? We
Oh
just need
my
to stick.
gosh.
We just
Listen,
need to stick with the silver lids for the rest of the playoffs. Make them fear them silver lids again.
listen. I got our own fans heckling us tonight. Heckling me says, "This is so good. I got to put it on screen." He said, "Caleb says, Larry, are you with Lowndes or Buford tonight?"
You ain't gotta doubt me and Armand. That's all I gotta say.
Listen,
That's what. Hey,
after
Yeah.
after 15 years doing this for you guys, if anyone ever questions my street creds, then it's time for me to go. But I know that Caleb's giving me a hard time. He's giving me a hard time. Of course,
I
I'm,
agree,
I'm a
Steve.
crimson and white guy, but I'm also a truth guy as well. If you got a program like Buford, you're going to naturally have transfers going into that program. Now, on the same level, right? When you got a program like Lowndes, you're going to get transfers. And guess what? Over the
Mhm.
off season, we got a number of transfers.
Yeah,
It
and
just happens at good programs. That's all I'm saying.
we benefited from it. Like
That's
we
right.
benefited from it. And I look, if a kid wants to go play at another school
That's right.
um and they got their parents have the means to make that bona fide move, then do it. If it's not a bona fide move, just don't get on ESPN and talk about it. Um, that's all I'm saying. It's like
That's right. You
I
don't have
agree.
to cite the example. We all know what you're talking about.
You got to cite your sources. You got to cite your sources.
Funny money. Some funny money.
Yeah, just don't get on ESPN talking.
Oh my God! Listen, the legend of North Lowndes has has reached all the way to Buford. Kerry says LG is with North Lowndes now. And if you guys don't know what we're talking about, I'm not going to take the time to explain it to you. But if you know, you know.
Hey,
Well, I mean,
can we address TV? Because she said I'm being petty. I'm just speaking the truth. The truth can sometimes be petty, I guess. But I'm just speaking the truth. That's it. Truth
Yep,
seekers not
Dasher. Man, the hecklers are coming out tonight. I
that's all
can't
right.
believe Dasher is doing this. He says, "Come on, LG. You mentioned burying a lot. Absolutely. That's my hometown. That's my alma mater.
Now, hold up, because I'll
I'll
have
always be
LG.
a rebel."
I'll have LG's back on this. I really like Barry and Coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And guess what? He's a former Lowndes guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I said I really like Barry and Coach.
Uh-huh.
Those Davis over there.
But he's also got a little bit of Cook County Hornet jacket in his blood. So we're working on him up there in Nashville, trying to exercise those Hornet demons out of him.
Now you might want to keep some of that. It come off that slack tree.
Oh Lord, oh Lord. Robert Lindsay says we bleed crimson and white here in the Viking Nation. True that, Robert. True that.
Oh
Dwana
wow.
says Mason is a finalist for 6A Player of the Year. How
That's
about
my
that, guys?
that's my
How about
dog.
that? That is
That's
such a
my,
good comment. We got to put that on the screen. Oh my
bro.
God,
That
I
is
did not know
my
that.
guy right there. Run, rabbit, run.
That's I think I speak for the Viking Nation when we say Mason Woods is our guy, right? He's our guy. I mean, and he has earned his accolades.
Yeah,
Don't get it twisted. Look, you produce on the field, you become our guy. Offensively, like Mason, he's that guy. And on the defense, for me, Izzy Harrison, is that guy. He's the one that's out there playing. He's
yeah.
with the celebrating and everything. So I'm looking for those two guys, Izzy and Mason, to be the fuel in the fire. Even if Mason doesn't play a full game, I'm looking for those two guys to light the fire and make it vice by fitting
So
tomorrow
that's
night.
his impact players.
Yeah.
My impact players for tomorrow. I'm gonna say it's gonna be on offense because you already said Mason Woods, so I'm gonna divert. I think it's gonna be. I think your two impact players on offense are gonna have to be Jace and Bubba, and defensively, Ant Martin.
What?
That's a
I
bad
like it.
man out there now. That's a bad man out there. That's secondary now.
I
Yeah.
like it. I
And
like
man, listen. And oh man, number one. I cannot think of his name right now.
Ty Jennings.
But
Ty
but yeah,
Tyler
Ty Jennings,
Ty
right?
something. Yeah.
Tylen
Ty
Jennings.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those two look, those two guys have surprised me. I've seen them grow over the last 12 weeks.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
they have short memories and they go out there and they give their all. And look, my hat's off to you. And I think we're gonna have last week I don't think we got a pick,
Yeah.
right? We didn't force any turnovers last week. I think between those two, we gonna get start that streak back up and force another turnover.
All right. So as long as we handing out deuces, let me give you my two. Okay. On defense, the anchor of that defensive line, Malik Reddick.
My
If
guy.
he gets a high motor tomorrow night and disrupts what Collins Hill does in that backfield, I think I like our chances. Now, on the flip side, on our offensive side of the ball, everybody knows about Bubba Brown. Everybody knows about Mason Woods and Jace Johnson. But if this guy has a standout game tomorrow night, watch out. It's a guy named Kayvon Thomas.
Yeah, I was thinking, got to be
Yeah.
KC. Got to be
Yeah.
KC.
Yeah. Oh, can I say something about Malik Redden?
Yeah,
Talked to one of the coaches, and the guy, he said, he has a high motor, but he has higher character.
yeah.
That's when you hear that, it's like, wow. That's why he's doing what he's doing. That's why he's succeeding. So yeah, Malik Redden. He's gonna have to dominate too, because they moved him to the zero, right? For those who don't know what the zero is, it's the nose guard
That's
position.
right.
And to kind of get a little more size, a little more speed in there as well. So, and he's another one that can move around a little bit too. So we're gonna see.
So I just so everybody's clear. So we got the Juice, we got Rabbit, we got Lil, we got KT, we got Bubba, we got the IHOP twins, and the 5 men in the truck. Uh,
And don't
what
forget
What you got?
the
what got
Rangers of
I'm like
Ragnarok.
the rock. Hey, I don't know what Collins Hill coming with. Really don't matter. Because guess what? At the end of the day, they not like us.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Hey guys, before we get out of here tonight, I did want to mention this. Okay, I want to congratulate our all region players.
Absolutely.
Okay, Aiden Andrews, Special Teams Player of the Year. How about that? Congratulations, young man.
Well deserved.
Yeah, Jace Johnson, First Team All Region. Bubba Brown, First Team All Region wide receiver. Mason Woods, First Team All Region running back. Ben Corey, First Team All Region offensive line. Abram Eisenhower, First Team offensive line. Malik Reddick, First Team defensive line. You got Malik Martin, First Team inside linebacker. You got Izzy Harrison, your guy,
My guy.
first team outside linebacker.
Hey, number 16. Number 16. I can't even get it out. Go ahead.
Here's another guy we mentioned on the show tonight. Number 1, Ty Jennings, first team cornerback. You got Ant Martin, First Team safety. You got Kenyon Simmons, First Team safety. Jacob Madden, First Team punter. The guy's done a great job punting the ball this year.
Yeah.
Then you got Second Team All Region, Cayman Upshaw at safety. Second Team All Region, Nick Booker at cornerback. Demarion Treadwell, Second Team outside linebacker. Garrett Harris, Second Team defensive line. That one kind of surprised me. I thought he was for sure a first teamer, but it got him listed as a Second Team defensive lineman.
Yeah. 26, 26, yeah.
Yeah. Marcus Vaughn, number 6, Second Team All Region defensive line. Number 22, Second Team All Region tight end Waylon Whitinger. Eli Moore, offensive line, Second Team. Cam Brown, Second Team offensive line. Markel Young, Second Team. No, I'm sorry. Markel Young, offensive line, honorable mention. You got Gavin Yates Lyons, defensive back, honorable mention. And so that rounds it out for our all-region team. Did I miss anybody, guys? I don't think I did.
That's it.
But if I did, I apologize. So that was a lot of players that we just called out.
Yeah.
Lots of players.
Yeah.
So anyway. All right, guys. It's prediction time. I'm not even going to call on Armand anymore. We know his score. We know his score.
I put it up every week. It's up there under my name.
Vikes by 50.
Yeah.
Listen, that phrase is so well known and famous across the state now that Kerry Claymore mentioned it a while ago. Lowndes by 50.
Because he knew. He knows what it's going to be.
When Lowndes meets up Buford in the state championship game, it's going to be Lowndes by 50.
Yeah.
All
Oh
right,
yeah.
Chase, what you got, man?
Uh, hmm.
He's thinking long and hard about
He's
this.
thinking. He's thinking.
Hey, 46-14 Lowndes.
46-14. You think it's a blowout?
Man, we got to defend the Palace, bruh.
I hear you, man. I hear you. I think it's going to be Lowndes 31, Collins Hill 21 tomorrow night. It'll be much closer than that for probably all the way through the third quarter. And then Lowndes' athletic ability will pull away, and their depth, I think, is deeper than Collins Hill. So I think we pull away 31-21.
I can see both of those happening.
Yeah.
I
You see a
really can.
blowout and you see a close game.
Man,
I like it.
I could definitely see
Do you know what that's called, Armand?
what was that?
Straddling the fence.
No, 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 no. I'm not straddling the fence, but I can see how both of those scenarios could play out. You know what I mean? Like I'm not as naive as the Vikes by 50 logo would lead you to believe. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is that I can see how both of those scenarios can play out. And I think we covered it all. But I think if Lowndes adds just a couple of wrinkles to the offense and the defense is able to, bend but don't break,
Yeah.
and we play complimentary football, Lowndes should win comfortably Friday night. So
Absolutely, guys. Well, listen, that takes us to the end of our show. Thank you so much for joining us. Hopefully, this is not our last game of the season. Hopefully, next Thursday night, we will be talking about the second round game. But regardless, listen, we are glad to join you guys each Thursday night throughout this season. Before I end the show, Armand's got his hand raised.
but you never did answer the first question of the
What was
night.
the first question?
Are you an Alf guy or not?
Oh my gosh. I'm not an Alf guy. Actually, I remember when that show was kind of popular back in the day. I couldn't stand watching that show.
Hey, can I take a guess? I think
Yeah.
I know Larry's favorite show.
Okay.
In the Heat of the Night.
I couldn't stand that show, man. What you talking about?
What? Oh man, Larry.
No.
Man, come on, bro.
Back in the day, I was a big Miami Vice guy.
Okay.
Knight Rider. Do you like Knight Rider too?
I was a huge Knight Rider fan.
Come on, man. We all wanted our own.
I see where it's
Come
going.
on,
I see
now.
where it's going. Okay. All right.
All right, so guys, listen, we're going to see you guys tomorrow night at the Palace. God bless every single one of you. And as always, go Vikings.
Go Vikings.
All right.